Life often feels like you're the protagonist in your own film, writing and living your story. But it's not the version you share with the world. Beneath the surface lies a deeper, more complex side of you. A version that might feel too bold, too ambitious, or even too unconventional to reveal. This hidden dimension, what Carl Jung called the shadow, can seem like an ever-present antagonist, quietly influencing your thoughts and actions from behind the scenes. But what if embracing this shadow could unlock a more authentic and fulfilling life? Today, we're diving deep into understanding and integrating these concealed aspects of ourselves, drawing on timeless wisdom from Jungian psychology and Stoic philosophy. This journey isn't just about self-discovery, it's about reclaiming pieces of yourself that have been cast aside, steering your life toward true fulfillment by confronting the inner chaos the Stoics warned us about. If this resonates with you, if you sense there's more to who you are than meets the eye, then subscribing isn't just about following along. It's committing to a transformative process of personal growth. Stick with me as we explore how each step brings us closer to becoming the empowered, whole individuals we were meant to be. Let's uncover what our shadows have to teach us, and discover how acknowledging them can shift the trajectory of our lives. In the pursuit of self-understanding, one essential yet frequently overlooked element stands out: the shadow self. First introduced by Carl Jung, the shadow represents the parts of our personality we suppress, ignore, or deny. It's the side of us we bury because it feels too intense, too flawed, or misaligned with the polished image we present to the world. Yet here's the truth. The shadow isn't merely a repository for our negative traits. It also holds untapped strengths and unrealized potential. Reflect for a moment on those fleeting emotions or impulses that don't quite fit your usual self-image. Perhaps it's a sudden flash of anger, a pang of envy, or a dream that seems foreign to your everyday persona. These moments aren't random. They're messages from your shadow, offering clues about the full spectrum of who you truly are. By examining them, we begin to illuminate what we've kept in darkness, bringing our hidden selves into the light. Why does this matter? Stoicism teaches that wisdom begins with self-knowledge, the balanced understanding of both our virtues and our flaws. The Stoics believed in aligning with nature, including human nature, which means accepting all facets of ourselves. When we confront and integrate our shadow, we don't just become more complete. We grow stronger, more adaptable, and better equipped to navigate life's challenges. Our shadow isn't our adversary. It's a vital part of who we are. Acknowledging it opens the door to profound personal growth and greater self-acceptance. Integrating the shadow doesn't mean relinquishing control. It means recognizing and transforming our hidden tendencies into positive forces. Imagine this. You pride yourself on being calm and agreeable, but beneath the surface lies a competitive streak you've suppressed because it clashes with your self-image. By acknowledging this trait, you can channel it into constructive outlets, like excelling in sports, advancing in business, or achieving personal goals. Instead of letting it manifest unconsciously in harmful ways, you harness its energy to propel you forward. Confronting your shadow is no easy task. It demands courage and a willingness to sit with discomfort. But it's precisely within this discomfort that real transformation occurs. Just as the Stoics practiced daily reflection to align their actions with their values, we can use insights from our shadow to live more authentically. Every time we bring a hidden part of ourselves into awareness, we diminish its unconscious power over us. Understanding your shadow can also revolutionize your relationships. Often, the qualities we find irritating in others mirror unacknowledged traits within ourselves. If someone's assertiveness grates on you, could it be because you're stifling your own ability to stand firm when necessary? By integrating these traits, we foster healthier, more meaningful connections with others. So let's embark on this journey together, to face the shadows, embrace their lessons, and emerge stronger, wiser, and more fully alive. And confronting the parts of ourselves that we've long avoided is no small feat. It's akin to stepping into a dimly lit room within our minds, brimming with objects we'd rather leave untouched, fears we've buried, regrets we've silenced, and talents we've yet to acknowledge. To face our shadow is to flip on the light switch, to boldly examine what lies in the corners and understand why it has been concealed for so long. These hidden fragments are not flaws or quirks. They are vital components of who we truly are. Though the process can feel daunting, even overwhelming at times, its transformative power cannot be overstated. Consider those fleeting moments when anger flares or jealousy prickles, only for us to shove these emotions aside, labeling them as unworthy or shameful. But these feelings aren't merely inconvenient, they're messages from our shadow, urging us to pay attention. By leaning into these emotions instead of turning away, we begin to untangle the intricate threads of our personality, uncovering insights that fuel our growth. When you confront your shadow, do so with compassion and patience. This isn't an exercise in self-criticism or judgment, but an opportunity for reconciliation. Imagine meeting an old friend after years apart. There may be tension, awkwardness, even discomfort, but there's also immense potential for understanding and healing. Take self-doubt, for example. What if this persistent voice isn't your enemy but a protective mechanism? Perhaps it shields you from failure by keeping you safely anchored in your comfort zone. Recognizing this truth empowers you to step beyond those invisible boundaries and embrace risks that lead to greater fulfillment. Confronting your shadow offers liberation, not just from external pressures, but from the internal chains we unknowingly forge for ourselves. Many of us carry unexamined fears and unacknowledged desires that subtly shape our lives without our conscious awareness. Bringing these elements into the light strips them of their unseen influence, granting us a profound sense of freedom. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom. Freedom from both external constraints and the inner shackles we impose upon ourselves. The journey towards self-awareness doesn't stop at personal transformation. It extends outward, enriching our relationships. As we come to terms with our own complexities, we become better equipped to accept and empathize with the intricacies of others. This mutual understanding fosters deeper connections, reminding us that we all grapple with the delicate balance of our inner worlds. Embracing every facet of who we are, even the pieces we've ignored or suppressed, is more than mere acknowledgement. It's about weaving these fragments together into a foundation for an empowered, authentic life. True integration goes beyond recognizing our shadow. It's about actively incorporating these revelations into how we live day by day. Think of it like renovating an old house. Identifying weak spots is just the beginning. Real change happens when we repair and strengthen those areas, transforming them into pillars that elevate the entire structure of our lives. The key lies in approaching this work with wisdom and intention. Like the Stoics advised, we must use our rational minds to determine how our shadow traits, those uncomfortable or hidden aspects of ourselves, can serve us and those around us. The aim isn't to let these darker impulses dominate, but to channel them productively, building resilience rather than destruction. For instance, imagine discovering a reservoir of aggression within yourself. Instead of suppressing it or letting it erupt uncontrollably, consider redirecting that energy towards something constructive. Whether through competitive sports, creative pursuits, or impassioned advocacy for a cause you believe in, this shift transforms a raw force into a source of empowerment. By consciously integrating such traits into our daily lives, we align more closely with nature, as the Stoics taught, not just the socially acceptable facets of ourselves, but the full spectrum of light and dark. This alignment creates internal harmony, which then ripples outward, influencing how we act and interact with the world. When we cease resisting our shadow, we find peace within ourselves. Energy once spent fighting against parts of us we dislike becomes available for living fully and intentionally. This newfound equilibrium unlocks creativity, innovation, and a richer experience of life itself. In embracing all that we are, we move closer to wholeness, a state where every piece of us, acknowledged and valued, contributes to a life of depth, meaning, and purpose. The concealed quirks and buried desires we've brushed aside may very well be the keys to unlocking fresh perspectives and innovative solutions. By allowing these neglected parts of ourselves room to breathe, we invite a flood of creativity into our work, relationships, and personal pursuits. It's akin to opening a window in a stuffy, long-sealed room. Suddenly, light streams in, illuminating patterns, colors, and angles previously hidden from view. These revelations guide us toward novel ways of thinking, problem-solving, and navigating life with renewed clarity. Integrating what Carl Jung called our shadow, those aspects of ourselves we'd rather ignore, also strengthens our resilience when faced with challenges. When we understand and accept our darker sides, we're less likely to be blindsided by them during moments of stress or adversity. Instead, we can anticipate our reactions, preparing ourselves for even the toughest situations. This kind of foresight aligns closely with Stoic philosophy, training the mind to meet life's unpredictability with calmness and strength. The better we know ourselves, the more fully we embrace both the light and dark within us, the more grounded and unshakable we become. We don't achieve this peace because we're immune to hardship, but because we've reconciled with the complexities of our inner world. Moreover, embracing our shadow fosters authenticity and compassion. It's all too easy to criticize others for traits we unconsciously reject in ourselves. However, once we acknowledge and integrate those same traits, we begin to see others through a lens of empathy. Many of the flaws we point out in others mirror struggles we face internally. This deeper self-awareness transforms how we interact with the world, as we no longer feel compelled to maintain an illusion of perfection. Owning every facet of who we are, including the uncomfortable, less visible parts, leads to profound growth and integrity. Taking responsibility for our thoughts, actions, and emotions places us firmly at the helm of our character and destiny. This isn't about self-blame, it's about empowerment. By confronting our shadows, we cultivate the wisdom and maturity needed to navigate life's challenges with grace. In Stoicism, personal responsibility is paramount. While external events lie beyond our control, our responses to them do not. Understanding the entirety of who we are, including our shadows, grants us the power to choose intentional, thoughtful reactions. For instance, if you notice envy creeping into your heart, instead of acting on it impulsively or ignoring its presence altogether, pause and reflect. Why does this emotion arise? What might be missing in your life that fuels such feelings? This introspection deepens self-awareness and equips you to respond in healthier, more constructive ways. Taking responsibility also means committing wholeheartedly to personal evolution. It requires brutal honesty about where we stand, who we are, and where we aspire to grow. This journey transcends mere discipline. It's about transformation. As we weave our shadow selves into the fabric of our being, our goals and aspirations often shift to reflect a truer sense of purpose. Through this process, we forge a more genuine connection with ourselves and those around us. By owning our shadows, we prevent unresolved issues from spilling onto others, which could otherwise lead to misunderstandings and conflict. Recognizing your own insecurities, for example, makes you less likely to misinterpret someone else's words or actions as a personal affront. Ultimately, integrating our shadow transforms us into active creators of our lives. Each decision, each acknowledgement of a shadow trait, becomes an act of shaping our identity and future. Rather than suppressing or exaggerating any one aspect of ourselves, we strive to harmonize our diverse traits. Think of it as conducting a symphony, blending ambition, vulnerability, strength, and sensitivity into a cohesive whole. Like the Stoics, who sought alignment with nature, we aim to honor both our strengths and weaknesses, finding balance so no single quality overwhelms the rest. For example, if ambition drives you, temper it with humility and patience. If sensitivity enriches your perspective, pair it with resilience and courage. In doing so, we craft a life that reflects the full spectrum of who we are, a masterpiece born of integration, authenticity, and purpose. This creates a symphony of harmony that mirrors your true, multifaceted self, a dynamic interplay of ambition and connection. Your ambition is an unstoppable force propelling you toward greatness, always striving for excellence with relentless energy. Yet it is tempered by your cooperative spirit, ensuring that as you climb, you lift others with you. This balance transforms your drive into a source of inspiration rather than dominance, allowing you to lead not through command, but through encouragement, empowering those around you to shine. Harmonizing your inner world involves more than just recognizing strengths. It's about turning perceived weaknesses into profound assets. Sensitivity, often dismissed as vulnerability, becomes a wellspring of empathy when embraced fully. What once felt like fragility evolves into a gift, an ability to connect deeply, understand profoundly, and navigate relationships with grace. By reframing sensitivity as strength, you enrich both personal bonds and collective interactions, fostering environments where trust and understanding flourish. Achieving this equilibrium demands mastery over yourself, not suppression, but thoughtful expression. Self-control isn't the silencing of emotions. It's their channeling into constructive action. When anger rises, it can be wielded assertively rather than destructively, giving voice to your truth without causing harm. This is the essence of harmonization, knowing which facets of your character to amplify in each moment, creating a seamless integration of who you are. To achieve such alignment requires deep self-awareness. Imagine yourself as both conductor and orchestra, attuned to the rhythms of your thoughts, emotions, and actions, orchestrating them into a cohesive melody. Every trait you possess contributes a unique note, and when played together in harmony, they create a composition that resonates powerfully. Life will present challenges and opportunities, each requiring different aspects of your personality to step forward. The key lies in staying connected to your internal music, adjusting dynamically to remain aligned with your authentic self. This practice of self-awareness is akin to sharpening a blade. It must be done regularly to maintain its edge. Reflecting on your actions, thoughts, and emotions keeps your vision clear, enabling wise responses to life's complexities. Staying engaged with your inner world demands courage. Ask yourself hard questions. What fears or insecurities linger unaddressed? Which patterns repeat themselves, signaling areas for growth? Though uncomfortable, this inquiry fosters transformation, helping you evolve into a stronger version of yourself. Self-awareness also strengthens resilience. Understanding how you respond to stress, conflict, or adversity equips you to face these moments with composure and integrity. With clarity comes the ability to uphold your values even under pressure, anchoring you during life's storms. Engaging with your shadow, those hidden parts of yourself, deepens compassion. Accepting your own complexities allows you to extend greater empathy to others, forging deeper connections and contributing to a more supportive community. In line with Stoic philosophy, this journey of reflection and self-discovery should feel empowering, not burdensome. It's a ritual of conscious living, a commitment to move through life with purpose, authenticity, and wisdom. This lifelong process builds a foundation for genuine fulfillment, transforming daily existence into a path of growth and meaning. As we close today's exploration, remember that embracing your shadow isn't merely about uncovering hidden aspects of yourself. It's about stepping onto a transformative journey toward wholeness. Stoicism reminds us that self-knowledge is practical wisdom, guiding us to live well and wisely. So continue reflecting, questioning, and growing. Thank you for joining me on this path. I hope our discussion inspires you to delve deeper into your character, motivations, and potential. As you progress along your journey, remember that every moment of self-awareness adds a new layer of clarity and strength to the story of your life. Before you leave, take a moment to watch one of the recommended videos on the screen. Each is crafted to enrich your understanding of Stoicism and fuel your personal growth. Keep exploring, keep reflecting, and let's move forward together on this remarkable path. Until next time.